Hello, CY39. Well, I've got some good news in my personal life. I've lived in this building for 13 years, but for the last 3 years there's been a problem tenant. And it started off just kind of with me, I felt, because the person was homophobic, and once they worked out I was gay, they would throw slurs at me whenever they saw me and when when I had friends over and stuff like that. And not much was done about it. But then later on, he broke up. The relationship that he had ended. From what I heard, the person got a restraining order and left. And after that, they started talking to another person in the building, and that person was very loud, and they would come over like every day and just be at his door talking all day. And she had some issues as well. Now, fortunately, she was evicted because she went on a bender basically and was being abusive to people. So she was gone very quickly because she was literally she just ran amok around the building, was threatening and harassing people, and she was gone within a week or two. So that was an issue. But then, and things were kind of a bit quiet after that, except it's like people have been complaining about him. It's like he knew that, and he was just trying to mark his territory. He'd just come out in the morning, open his door, and just be playing music or watching TV or listening to the races loud and just letting people know that, this was his floor, and, he was going to make noise and you were going to have to listen to it. And now there are laws against noise pollution and stuff like that, and that in residential tenancies, but dealing with those is a long process. And, it's just, I was thinking, I might have to move because I can't deal with this, and trying to get someone evicted is just a nightmare. Like, it'd just be easier to move, frankly, than to try and get someone out. So I was looking around at stuff, and then something happened that someone else moved in, and this guy started to hang out with him, and then they started to make twice as much noise. He'd be standing at his door every day talking, and then this guy, they got more complaints, I think, and then they started to react to that, and they started to be deliberately loud. And there were times where the first guy would just open his door at midnight and put the music on and just start yelling and singing and swearing and walking around the halls, basically daring people to come out and threatening them and just being crazy. Got to the point where he was throwing things around the building, like there were clothes horses and things that people had in the halls that he was throwing at the walls, and just crazy. And he got evicted for it because you can't run around doing that sort of stuff. And like, he was threatening people. The police were called a bunch of times. The police came like 4 or 5 times. And I mean, I'm glad I didn't have to do anything. Like, there's not much you can do about homophobic threats and stuff like that. And just basic noise. But I didn't have to, fortunately for me, because he was threatening other people. Someone else had a restraining order or something, and just crazy stuff. And yeah, he was evicted, and he left on Sunday, and he's gone. And I'm really relieved because I don't have to deal with it anymore, and I didn't have to deal with it. So I feel bad for the people who, had to deal with him, who were threatened and, had to call the police and that. But I'm just glad that he's gone, because like, it was all day, every day, this noise constantly, from 7 a.m. in the morning to like about 1 o'clock at night. And he was doing it deliberately because he knew people had complained about him on the floor and in the building, because I think it was from all levels, because he would also go down to the other levels and cause trouble down there. I think the person who had the restraining order on him was like on one of the bottom levels of the building. So I'm just relieved that he's gone. Now the other guy who moved in, he's noisy as well, but it's different, and hopefully it's something I can live with. But there is still the option of moving eventually, because I was looking at that being January 2022, basically getting an actual inspection and managing all the restrictions and so forth and everything that's happening, it's so difficult. I just was like, I'm going to have to wait a couple of months if I'm going to move, because I've been here for 13 years. I would like a change, and there are other places in better areas or better buildings, but they're often smaller or more expensive. So if I found the right place, sure, I would. But otherwise, I'm reasonably comfortable here. I'm glad I didn't have to move. I'm glad this guy's gone, because you just can't have one really destructive person in a building ruining it for everyone else. And that's why they, have emergency evictions and immediate evictions, and if people are threatened or there's danger, that they can do like immediate evictions and stuff like that. So that's what happened because he was being abusive and threatening people. So it solved the noise problem as well. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm just glad he's gone, and we can get back to our quiet enjoyment of our residences for the most part. You can never really get away from noise in a big building like this. It's like 30 people, so there's always noise in that. And in the summer, people have their doors open because it's hot. So there's always a bit of that. But this other guy was next level. And I'm just glad he's gone. Thanks. Bye.